Waitress said I needed to try this sandwich with an egg on it and lima beans. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the very first project with my brand new to me tractor that used to be my dad's. This little critter is a 1952 Ford 8N, the last year they made it. It's actually a really cool tractor. They started making it with a 2N back in the day, then it became a 9N, 8N. I don't know why it changed around on the numbers so much, but the 8N was really cool in a lot of ways. Got my rear blade on there, but this is one of the main reasons right here. The 3-point hitch. Back in the day, before this tractor became popular, a problem that you had with tractors is that if you hit anything with the implement on the back, the whole tractor would do like a wheelie and fall over and kill the guy who was driving it. That's generally bad. What I'm planning on doing today, by the way, the thing looks terrible. I'm gonna restore it cosmetically, but mechanically it runs great. I'm going to put a trailer ball right on there, and then I'm going to grab that trailer out there and the truck, and I'm going to pull it forward a bit so I can get around to the front of it. Then I'm going to put the trailer nose to nose with this tractor, put the trailer right here, and then have the tractor maybe over to the right side or left side over by that Corvette. But that's the goal. I gotta start hooking up stuff and put a trailer ball on the front. By the way, this is how we used to check the fuel level back in the 70s. Take off the cap. Stick. Touch the bottom. We got quite a bit of gas in there. This is an 8-gallon or 9-gallon tank with 1 gallon reserve. I'll make sure I dispose of that stick according to EPA standards. Let's fire this thing up. Now this is a spring-loaded choke, so it's going to take 2 hands. This used to have a push button here, but it's been converted to having a kind of a traditional car switch setup where it's off, run, start. Now see, this will not stay out. So when I start, I have to pull that out a bit. So I got to put this down for just a second. I told you it would just take a second. As soon as I hit it, it was right there. I'm going to let this thing warm up for a minute. Put the choke in. There we go. And go pull the truck and trailer forward. The truck and trailer just got back from about a 2,000-mile journey. Everything did well with the trailer. I did, however, in a previous video, lose that entire tire and wheel assembly. That was crazy. Let's get in here and pull this thing forward. Always keep one of those, especially if you're me. Non-synchronized gears, so whatever gear you start in, you got to stay in that gear till you come to a stop. I'm in first. Pull the nose to nose here. Haven't put the trailer ball on yet, so still got to do that. Everything is in the backyard. All I did was the safety chains on here. I just kind of wrapped them kind of over that front bumper assembly there. I'll still be putting a trailer ball on there, but man, I hooked it up. Tractor did perfectly. By the way, there's a lot of history in this tractor. When I was a kid, my brothers and I used to hotwire it and drive it into town to the McDonald's while my father was at work. I'm not proud of that. I'm just saying that's what transpired about 100,000 times. It's got a lot of memories. Somewhere along the way, it got a steering wheel covered with electrical tape and a whole bunch of bird dookie. I gotta let that soak with something, and then I'm gonna give it a wash tomorrow. But the reason this paint is worn down on these particular fenders is because my friends used to sit their butt right here, wrap their hands around that edge, one on the back, one on the front, and then roll into town like that. And then they would put their feet kind of on that axle tube, maybe on the little footrest down there. But we went into town a lot. It didn't have the blade on it. The truck barely made it home from a harrowing experience up north to get the tractor. That wheel right there is going to get swapped out here pretty soon. I have to find another one because the wheel that got messed up is really messed up. The holes are just wallowed out terribly. Got a whole bunch of drawbars and various attachments. Not actual implements, but the things to, you know, a lot of these type bars and stuff, different lengths, sizes and stuff. But it's home, and it's really cool looking at this thing. I know it looks terrible to most of you, and you're all going, what a piece of junk. But it runs, and it's straight out of when I was like 12 years old. These wires right here, though, are the ones that you take basically just 3 of them off. You put 2 together, the 12 volts and the run circuit, and then just touch the start wire to it and take off. Wow. They make every piece here. Hoping I can find this particular piece with the Ford script still in it. It's going to get this piece, the 2 side pieces, the bumper assembly, the grill. I don't know about the fenders, man. I may leave them, the ones that are on there now, because they're special. All the gauges are going to get replaced except that one. That's the only one that still works. But it's here, it's home, and it's loved. My dad bought this in the mid to late 70s. When I was a teenager, my buddy and I used to hotwire it and take it into town and drive through the McDonald's drive-thru in a little town in Kentucky. Lost my dad 4 days ago at 88 years old. Passed on his birthday, and we're getting things together for my mom. So I went out in the backyard and got this 52 8N Ford tractor running and driving. And now I'm just taking it around the block a couple of times. Still drives great.